your children believe they deserve a cell phone, maybe a car, and spending money on top of that? Well, we want to provide our children with all the advantages we can, but it can create challenges. Parenting experts Richard and Linda Iyer join us today to talk about some of those challenges, which are many, right, Richard?
Oh, my goodness.
So what is the major challenge today?
We did a blog on entitlement, and we had people just send in their experiences. You would not believe it. I mean, we had hundreds coming in for days.
And they're agreeing, right?
Oh,
is that
my
what
gosh,
it is?
and they all want to tell their story. Like my 4-year-old came and said, "Mom, I need a credit card." Or I mean, it's just incredible.
When we talk about entitlement, what are we talking about?
You know, it looks like scary. I mean, you know, a little 5-year-old in Sunday school, a friend of mine, Presbyterian, said, the minister said, now, who can tell me what a profit is? And this little kid, I know, when you make lots and lots of money. You know,
that is scary.
You know,
that
when they
scary.
start at that age and go all the way through, but it just gets worse as the kids
and
get older.
And it's not only they feel entitled to have whatever they want, when they want it, without paying for it, without saving for it, without waiting for it. They also want to be able to do whatever they want to do.
Right.
That's almost the worst part. I'm entitled to do whatever I want.
So when do you think this all changed? Because I know I didn't grow up that way. The expectations were different. Can you pinpoint a particular time that changed it? Or?
I think it's been about 10 or 12 years. The parents we find when we do surveys, it's the ones who have kids 12 and under. I mean, some of the teenagers too, but those younger ones.
Young?
In fact, we did a poll. Get this, Kathy. We said, "What's the biggest parenting problem?" We gave them 7 choices, and they were serious things like peer pressure, substance abuse, and so on. Over half of them say that entitlement is the biggest single parenting problem they face. Just imagine.
Yeah,
because they compare themselves, or
they
what?
do, but then the next group is the media, the problem with computers and electronic stuff. I mean, both of those together is like 75%, because I think it is the media. I think it is those, you know, computers and gadgets and things that they have to have.
Seeing things everywhere and thinking, well, he has it, I should have it.
What about within the church? Are we equally as to blame as everybody else, or more so?
We were speaking at Education Week last week, and we were talking about entitlement, and I looked at that beautiful audience and said, these children are not entitled. Look at these parents.
How could they be?
Are just fabulous parents. And so we asked them to raise their hand, and they all just like a chorus of, oh, yes, they are. Yes, they are. It is really amazing.
In fact, if we're not careful, there's a kind of a materialism that goes with our culture, and it's very prevalent. One person even said, and I'm just quoting another person, this isn't necessarily my view, but get this. Entitlement has been a problem since the war in heaven, he said. Satan's plan was essentially one of entitlement. And the reason it'll never work is that it takes away the work ethic. That's what parents are saying.
Yeah,
My kids are motivated, they have
no
incentive, they don't know how to work. So it's not really so much the entitlement, it's what the entitlement takes away.
So how do we change it? How do we fix this?
Boy, that's really the question. And we've been thinking about this for a long
talk
time.
later on that, right?
No, I think it is so important to set a system in the family where the kids know they're going to earn what they get. And we started with that. I mean, when I was a child, I earned my money that what I bought my clothes with. And we've kind of taken that and extended it and worked it out with our family. And it is really fun to see, especially with money, how kids can perceive that it is their own money. What they buy is theirs. And if they can't get it, it's too bad.
And you appreciate it more, don't you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So,
See, we've been working on this now. I mean, this has been our passion for the last 3 or 4 years, and we've got this new book coming out in September. But the thesis of it is, Kathy, if kids earn and choose and learn to save, starting with things like money and their clothes and their toys, then that carries over, guess what, to values, my own goals,
their own decisions
my
and
own
choices.
grades in school. And it's that ownership. In fact, here's how we open the book. The antidote to entitlement is ownership.
Great point. Well, and I think the important point, too, is we start when they're very young.
Yes,
very young.
absolutely.
The younger, the better.
Richard and Linda Iyer, thanks so much. Always great
It's always fun to talk to you.
Always fun to you, too.
Thanks.
Faithful saints endure great trials while building their temple. Up next, the history of the Hamilton, New Zealand temple.